an easy way to get started with exploring different models, like for example, DeepSeek R1, is to go to Ollama.com. It is a Go-based tool that lets you run models on your local machine. You can see here that this was updated 6 days ago. There's different models that have been quantized or shrunk to a different level. The one that I've been very happy with is the 32 billion right here. So if we click on this one, but there also are smaller parameter models here that you could play around with, but you also could go to different models, right? You can go through here and look at all these different Mistral or Gemma or Quinn, right? And what we're going to see here is that there's going to be a lot of people using these kinds of models in the future locally, just like you would use different versions of Linux locally. And it's not something to be afraid of. It's something to explore. In fact, this could be a new area for you to become an expert in, is to run local models, be an evangelist at your company. And the beautiful thing about it is it costs zero, and it could be a sustainable way to use these generative AI coding assistants or tools. So a lot of people have been talking about DeepSeek, how do I run it? Well, this is one of the things I'd like to talk about to combat FUD, which is something that was made famous by Microsoft: fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which is, oh no, it's from China, etc. But let's actually talk about how open source allows you to do things in a sustainable but also free way. And if we type in Ollama, this is a tool you can just go to the website that hosts Ollama, just search for Ollama. You can download it, and then you can run models. So the way it works is you just type in list, and if you find a model, just like a Docker container, if you wanted to run a Docker container, you would go ahead and do a Docker run. With Ollama, you also just do an Ollama run. If you do Ollama list, like in this case, you can see these are different models that I've been running. You can see different times I've downloaded them and I've done experiments with them. In this case, we can see that we have DeepSeek R132B, right? So again, this is something you can run locally on your machine and decide whether you want to use it or not and test it out. You can see that it's 19 gigabytes here, so pretty reasonable. So it should work pretty well with a NVIDIA GPU. And how do I use it? Well, I just type in Ollama, and we can do run, and then we can do DeepSeek here, R1, and we can do 32B. Now, it isn't magic or crazy where we're doing some kind of dystopian thing here. There's literally a file on my disk, and I type in Ollama run, and I talk to it. So what I could do is say, you're a terse PhD level expert. You answer in terse 1 to 2 sentence responses, right? So this looks pretty good. And we'll fix that spelling. There you go. All right. So we get an answer here that says, hey, what about this? You're a terse PhD level expert. It's starting to freak out. Great, I don't like this. It's giving me a recipe instead for something else. I'm going to go ahead and let it finish here. Start again. 3, 2, 1. So let's go ahead and ask, what is FUD, and why did Microsoft become famous for it during the leaked Halloween docs? There we go. So now it's going to go through and use its reasoning capability. And so it's going to look at the different things like, hey, we can see that, in fact, FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, doubt. Microsoft became famous for it during the leaked Halloween docs because they revealed a strategy to spread misinformation and undermine confidence in competing technologies like Linux. Sounds a little bit familiar when I hear about people talking about open source models here. So you can see that you can absolutely build things locally, test it out yourself, determine whether those resources are okay for you. And you can see here DeepSeek is a pretty reasonable service that you can run locally on your machine, and you don't have to be afraid of it. Just try it out.